8 children and teens were killed early Sunday in a mass shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana. The suspected shooter is also dead. 10 people were struck by gunfire in all. Shreveport police said at a news conference he described the incident as domestic in nature and said authorities believe at least some of those shot were the descendants of the shooter. The ages of the deceased range from 1 to approximately 14 years old. Police said none of the people killed or injured were identified by name. Some of the injured have been hospitalized. According to police, 2 adult women were being treated for serious injuries. A teenager was also injured in the shooting, but those injuries were not considered life-threatening. The shootings took place at multiple locations in the city. The suspect first shot a woman on the street before going to a nearby residence where all 8 people who were killed were shot. One of the victims then ran to an adjacent residence. Shreveport identified the suspected shooter as Shamar Elkins. Over 30% of the crimes and 30% of our murders in the city of Shreveport are domestic in relation. Now that numbers have gone up, we're more than doubled our homicide in the city of Shreveport because of one act of domestic violence. Officers responded to the shooting just after 6 a.m. at the residence where the victims were shot. The suspect fled, carjacked a vehicle at gunpoint nearby, and was chased by police. According to the department, police said the suspect was killed after officers involved in that chase opened fire. The suspect was acting on their own. Louisiana State Police said its detectives will investigate the circumstances around the suspect's death, since it involved an officer. The superintendent said investigators are working to process the scene and gather further information. Shreveport Police Chief Wayne Smith said he couldn't even begin to imagine how such an event could even occur, referring to the shootings, and said investigators will be going through every piece of evidence at every scene to understand what took place. This affects the entire community. This is a tragic situation, maybe the worst tragic situation we've ever had in Shreveport.